Welcome back to the Creating Capital podcast. So, with me here today is Ryan, and Ryan's made over 400K with Amazon FBA. He's going to give you guys a couple pointers, tips. We're just going to go through his journey and, see what you guys can learn from it. So, Ryan, how you doing?
How's it going, buddy? Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Can't really complain. Things are good on my side. Business is good. Amazon's good. It's Q4. It's big time of the year for us resellers, us private label sellers, us Amazon sellers. So yeah, stars are aligning. Yeah, things are good. I can't complain.
Yeah, 400K on Amazon. I wouldn't say that's good. I'd say that's really good. But yeah, what tips would you give to someone who's trying to start with Amazon FBA?
Sure. So my main tips for Amazon FBA, I would say, are first of all, find out which kind of method you're trying to sell on Amazon. So I do private label mainly. It hasn't always been like that. So find out whether you want to resell. So do you want to buy products and sell them for hire that are owned by other manufacturers? Do you want to wholesale? So do you want to buy products in bulk and then sell them? Or do you want to do private label, which is what I do, where I actually manufacture my own products in China, get them made, send into the Amazon warehouse, and I sell products under my own brand. And I basically scale up and build my own business. So there's various different methods. They're all different. They're all require different levels of capital. So I think for me would be find out which lane you want to stay in, master that lane, and then if you want, jump onto the other stuff. Like I started with resale arbitrage, kind of mastered that lane, did really well in it, and then in wholesale, kind of got good with that. And then I go to private label, which is where I am now. So I say don't rush it, don't try and do everything at once. Find one lane, stick to it, and then just kind of work it through.
Yeah. So what's the cheapest way for someone to start?
So the cheapest way is literally the very core cheapest way is to start selling books. So that's what I did. I'd buy used books from thrift stores, charity stores we call them in the UK. Go in, buy books for like $1, $2, flip them for anywhere from $10 to $30. Kept doing that. I started with $500 and I quickly scaled to maybe like $5,000 just from that.
Nice.
Just selling used books, yeah.
Nice. So how did you start? Just you started from books, or can you go into how you started, I should ask?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So how I started on Amazon was I was working my job, right? I was in sort of the investment banking world, so it's quite like financial, it's quite like cutthroat, it's very demanding.
Yeah.
I've always kind of been an entrepreneur at heart. Like I remember like flipping iPads when I was like, 14, 15 years old. So I've always kind of been doing something. I realized that job wasn't for me, like 9 to 5. I always wanted something else. I wanted something better. So for me, how it came about actually was a colleague of mine at work. I worked for an investment bank called Morgan Stanley, and there was a colleague of mine there, and he basically said, and he was quite entrepreneurial as well. Like he was selling drones, he was renting out drones to big companies through a website called Fat Llama. But he basically came to me and he said, like, dude, like, have you heard of this thing called Amazon FBA? It's like amazing. Like you can actually buy books and sell them for a higher price. I was like, what are you talking about? Went home, YouTubed it, checked it out, and I'm like a bit of a go-getter. Like I start things, I do things quickly. Like I don't wait for anyone else. Like, I'll be the guinea pig. It's all good. He actually hadn't started yet, and I literally just jumped in. I started, I did it, and yeah, it just turned out really good, dude. And then that led to me selling toys and wholesale, and then private label, kind of where we are now, man.
Nice. So over 400K, and that's this year?
No, that was the year I started. So that was 2019 to 2020.
Ooh, nice. And I bet 2020 to 2021, you got in at the perfect time with the pandemic, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's actually crazy that you said that, because actually my first product was actually like a PPE piece of equipment that's like for the pandemic.
Oh.
So yeah, it was literally, the sales were crazy, man. So private label 2020, like in March when the pandemic hit, was like nuts. Sales were nuts.
Yeah, that's crazy. So if people want to learn from you on how to start Amazon FBA, what can you offer them? Do you offer mentorship or?
Yeah, dude, I've got pretty much a full suite of products. So I've got my course, my Internet Income Bundle. That includes my flagship course, which is my gigantic Amazon FBA course. So that will teach you Amazon step by step. It covers all the different methods of selling on Amazon. That's very thorough. Within that bundle, you also got my Twitter Gold package, which shows you how you can do affiliate marketing. You've got my finance course in there as well, so it teaches stock market, etc. I also do mentoring, so I actually do one-to-one mentoring. I've actually got 2 slots open at the moment. To be fair, I basically filled 5 slots. Now I've got 2 extra slots, so I've got a little bit more extra time on my hands. So just before we would jump on this call, actually, I had a couple of discovery calls. So I'm taking on new clients as we speak, and then also I have the Discord server as well, the private label Bootcamp, and that's where I basically talk you through private label. I coach and mentor different people in there, and finally I have FBA University, so that's coming out December 6th. That's going to be a one-stop shop. I'm doing it with 2 other private label sellers. And we're going to be getting experts on board from wholesale, from resale arbitrage. We're going to do live webinars. We're going to do weekly calls. It's going to be very interactive. We're actually launching that out in Texas in December, so that's going to be crazy. And we might go to Vegas, so we'll see how it goes.
So if people want to stay updated with that December 6th launch, where can they learn about you?
Yeah, absolutely. If you follow me on Twitter at the FBA Investor, it's pretty much going to be all over my Twitter. Shoot me a DM. I reply to everyone, even the haters. So yeah, shoot me a DM. I'll get on to you. And yeah, what you can do is you can join my my wait list. So everyone that joins my wait list will get in for the guaranteed early bird discount price. Once we launch, we're going to full price, and everyone who gets in at the early bird price, they also get free merch. So we're creating FBA University t-shirts, FBA University hats, and everyone will get either a t-shirt or a hat at launch if you get into the early bird discount.
Nice. So I know before we spoke, we kind of touched on your podcast, the Amazon FBA private label show, right?
Yes.
How's that doing, and when did you start that?
It's good. We started quite recently, actually. So we probably started about 3 weeks ago. So it's relatively new. It's out on Apple and Spotify. So we're on our 3rd episode. I actually recorded 2 episodes today, earlier today, with my 2 colleagues, Mike and Joe. They're the guys I'm doing the FBA University with as well. Yeah, it's great, dude. We actually, when we go out to Austin, Texas in December, we've rented out a studio, so we're going to be doing some stuff for YouTube. Yeah, it's really good. I mean, all I do is I take questions on from the public and everyone and my followers, and I just try and answer them in the show. So it's really good. You get 3 different views on different topics. We talk private label, we talk Amazon, we talk, all the questions that you want. So, is Amazon saturated? Should I do private label, pros and cons, what not to do, what to do? So we just pretty much try and cover everything. So yeah, podcast is going great, dude.
Awesome. So you said that's in Austin, right? That event?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's in Austin. Yeah. We're going out in Austin. So one of the guys, Mike, he's based out in Austin. So me and the other guy, we're from the UK. Me and Joe are from the UK. So we basically said, like, why don't we just fly out to Austin and do it over there? So we want to record some content out there and basically drip feed it through YouTube. Probably get maybe like a couple months worth. So then if we do need to link up again and do more shows, we can kind of do that further down the line. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Where in the UK are you from, actually?
So I'm from London, UK, capital.
Nice.
Yeah, born and bred.
Yeah, I can see why you might want to go to Austin. No offense, I visited London one time and I did not like it, but...
Yeah, our weather's not great, to be honest, man.
Yeah, it's always raining. But
especially this time of year as well, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm actually about 4 hours away from Austin, so I might join your group,
cool. Yeah, dude, come down, man, definitely.
Yeah. So, all right, let me switch gears a little bit. Let me ask you a little bit of a hard question.
Sure.
So with Amazon FBA, the products you're selling, I know you run the risk of Amazon just taking your items, just slapping their name on it, Amazon Basics, and selling it, right?
Yes.
How are you dealing with that risk, I should ask?
So, you hear horror stories, right? I mean, personally, touch wood, it hasn't happened to me. I want to say I don't know if it's going to happen. I just don't know. To be honest, it's just a risk you've got to take, basically. You're selling on the Amazon platform. They've got a whole bunch of data on you. They're a big data warehouse. They see something that looks good, they might just snap your products and take it on board. No one that I personally know, and I know quite a lot of Amazon sellers, no one that I know has had this happen to them. But, as you mentioned, it's Amazon's platform. It can be a bit of a dictatorship. There's nothing stopping them from doing that to you. So, I mean, if you choose to sell on their platform, you're kind of at their mercy. So, there's nothing you can really do about it, to be honest. So, yeah, it's a risk you've got to run, to be honest.
Yeah. That was a good answer. Thanks. So, let's talk about Twitter, right? I know you've got 14.1K followers, and
yes.
What advice would you give to somebody who's trying to grow their Twitter, someone who's new to Twitter, because it's amazing,
Yeah, no, Twitter's amazing. Like I said to you before, the camera started rolling, like Twitter's actually changed my life. So I was able to create a business with the 2 other guys I mentioned, and we created like a 6-figure business in 15 days, which was just incredible, through the mentoring program. But my advice for anyone on Twitter is I'd say find your niche. Make sure that you know your niche. Don't divert from your niche. Like if you, like me, I do Amazon and investing. I don't talk about anything else. I might ingest, but if you look at my feed, the crux of what I'm talking about is to do with Amazon or investing it. I don't divert from that. So I'd say find your niche, and also be yourself, be authentic. There's so many guys on there that just copy tweets, put stuff out, just post crap. So what I'd say is like, be yourself, be authentic, and go on spaces. Go on, like, be more interactive. Like, do things like this. Like, I'm jumped on this with you. Like, this is something that, you know, the faceless guy with just an icon on his face, who just has an avatar, he's not going to be doing this. You know what I mean? So be out there, get involved with the community, help people, be genuine, answer back the DMs, answer back the comments, and give stuff away for free, man. Like, when I started out, I had an ebook. At the moment, I charged $10 for it, but when I started, it was a free product. I gave out so much stuff for free. You know, I used to go on spaces with the other guys and talk private label, answer everyone's questions for free. Like, before I ever started charging on Twitter, I was giving away so much stuff for free. So give more than you ask for, and you will grow. Be authentic. Don't repeat what other people are saying, and have your own lane, and people will just gravitate towards you. I think as well, for me, like, there's not too many established guys on Amazon that talk on Twitter. So I think for me, like, I literally had quite a clear lane for myself anyway. I also feel like I click up with clean-hearted individuals on Twitter, and I click up with people who are visionaries. So I feel like organically that just helps me as well. Like, I'm surrounded by the right people. I've got, I guess, the right mentors, and yeah, I've just found my feet in a nice space. So that's my advice, really.
That's awesome, man. So to summarize, give 10 times and then ask once, right?
Exactly. Give more than you receive.
Awesome. All right, man. So thank you for hopping on the show. If you guys want to check out Ryan, all of his links are going to be down in the description. Thank you for